The first step is setting your feet. Personally, I prefer a narrower stance, but some people prefer a little bit wider hip width or shoulder width. I keep my heels about 8 inches apart and I point my toes out slightly. Make sure that the bar is directly over your midfoot. You want about an inch of space between your shins and the bar. When you're happy with your feet placement, now it's time to grab the bar. So bend over and grab the bar with your hands just outside of your legs. You don't need to keep a flat back or good form at this point. We're just getting our hands set. For your warm-up sets, I recommend using a double overhand grip to improve your grip strength. But as the weight increases and you get closer to your work sets, your grip is going to become the limiting factor. So at some point, you're either going to have to do a reverse grip where you'll take your dominant hand and supinate it, or use wrist straps. With hands and feet set, it's now time to raise your butt, take a big breath, hold it, and get into the starting position. With your breath held, you want to keep a flat back and bend your knees so that your shins just touch the bar. Keep your chest up and engage your lats. So try to squeeze an orange in your armpit and then push the floor away. Note that the whole time the bar is below your knees, your back angle will remain the same. So it's essentially a squat. And then the top half, you're basically hip hinging up and down. So your legs are extended at the top, you're pushing your butt back to lower the bar will drag down your thighs, and then squat it the rest of the way to the ground. Take a new breath and then begin with the next rep. The bar will always stay close to your legs. You really don't want any space between the bar and your legs. In fact, a lot of deadlifters will wear socks or sweatpants so that the bar can literally drag across their legs and they don't get scraped. When viewed from the side, you can get a better picture of the flatness of the back. So first you take a breath and then you see the back angle. You want to maintain that back angle for the first half of the lift until the bar reaches the knees. So the butt will come up slightly, but ideally that back angle stays constant from the floor until the bar reaches your knees. This is the squat portion. The top half is the hip hinge. You can see the first part of the movement. The butt is moving back and the bar is dragging down the thighs. Once the bar gets below the knees, you squat it to the floor. The most important thing is that your back stays flat at all times. You must flex your entire back in the starting position and pull with your back as you push the floor with your feet. If at any point your back starts to round, drop the weight. Now let's take a look at some of my actual lifts out in the wild. This is 545 pounds. Here I'm using a reverse grip. So my dominant hand, my right hand is supinated. Take a big breath, pull myself under the bar, then I pull off my back while pushing with my legs. I don't spend much time holding it at the top because it's wearing my hands out. My hands get tired quickly. That's why I do a quick turnaround. Big breath each time, brace, flat back, pull it all the way up. And only drop it if you have pads under the weights. Now we've bumped the weight up to 565 pounds. Notice how close my feet are together. That's personal preference. Some people like it wider. Grabbing the bar just outside of my legs, big breath, pull myself under the bar. Hip hinge at the top, squat it up at the bottom. Notice I'm not bending my neck back far. In fact, I'm trying to keep a neutral spine where my neck is in line with my back. The next set, different camera angle, feet close together, the bar is over my midfoot. I'm always pressing through heels and balls of the feet, so you want the weight distributed across your entire foot. Big breath, pull yourself under the bar, flat back, then drive it up. Try to pull that bar back into your shins. Your knees will move out of the way as your legs extend. Too many people let the bar get way out in front of them trying to get it past your knees. The closer the bar stays to your legs, the better. In this instance, I'm using straps, so I have a double overhand grip with wrist straps. And instead of doing a pause, I'm doing a touch and go. This would be a lot harder if I didn't have the wrist straps. You'll see my back starts to round, and I bail. Do not try to finish the lift with your back rounds.